TLDR of this video is that this is going to be like an intellectual, funny, comedic, and just, kind of well-rounded conversation with the brother Thuglyfe. The topics being covered is going to be, and this doesn't include all of them, society, gender, consciousness, happiness, relativity, depression, flow, expectations, love, relationships, loneliness, fear, anxiety, desire, ego, monogamy, pressure, business, and so much more. But the purpose of this video is to really reach out to you guys and anyone who's watching the video, someone you may know, to really just kind of condense a lot of topics together and provide some insight, some comic relief, and just a new way of looking at things. And I wanted to really make more videos of the benevolent and altruistic type content, but it's just like I never know what direction to throw them in or what way to do them, or I just don't have the resources to do them. So this was some footage recorded from a while back, and after looking at it, I realized that it kind of covers a lot of messages that I wanted to convey and get out. So this is for you guys. This is for anyone who's going through any issues. Help free your mind and become happy and just live life, live in the moment. Just experience things in a better way, at least in attempt to help people get to that point. So, without further ado, here's the video.
Yo, dude, to be honest with you,
so
like, I'm in a really good place right now. I just I've been on a journey, brother. The journey of consciousness and exploring different realms of the mind and what it's capable of. And I've seen incredible things, and it's changed my life in ways I can only explain to somebody like
me,
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah,
because you could only somebody like you could. I mean, there aren't many people that can appreciate these kinds of shifts in consciousness and perception of reality.
Yes, the different perceptions. Because people, here's the thing, like, I know we were supposed to have a set topic, but we're both like ADHD, so we're gonna fucking tangent all over the place.
Listen. First of all, I need you to know one thing, okay? I don't give a shit about what you're doing with the recording. Like, I think it's cool and it's hilarious, but I'm gonna be me 100% of the time, just so you know. Like tomorrow, the day after that, it's gonna be Thuglyfe 24/7. It's my show,
dude.
And I just happen to enjoy your company. You're a good ass friend, man.
Let me tell you,
so,
and you better use it.
I don't even know what that's about.
I don't care about what people think of me while I'm recording, because that's bullshit. I just fucking turn the cam on, pass the mic.
See, there you go. See, that's the man I know. Pass that mic, baby. Yeah. Woo! Gotta pass that mic. 1, 2, 3, and I pass the mic. Okay. What? Yeah. Okay.
Just see.
Let's go kill some stuff, dude.
What we're doing here is you're a DM. You're our the master of creating the journey. I cannot open the map.
I mean, that's such a responsibility. I don't know if I'm ready for this, but
do you
know what? I accept the mantle. The mantle.
All right.
Let me just take a sip of my coffee here.
I mean, you have all these
face on.
You have all these ribbons on your chest. Like, what?
Yo, dude, can you apply the war paint to my cheekbones? I can't reach that spot. Can you just get my left cheek there? I need some war paint right now.
Hold on. I can do this. All right. Can you see it?
What? You got it in my eye. What the fuck, dude? God damn it. Okay. All right. I rinsed that shit out. We're good to go. Let's ride.
Wait, what'd you rinse it out in? You were the fucking wax in the candle?
No, dude. I rinsed it out with the tears of my enemies. I store them in a bottle, in a satchel.
Hold on.
Around my waist.
Hold on. I think I can. That bottle's this bottle, right? Yeah, there's one right there.
Oh wait. No. Here. Yo, I got it. Hold on. Hold on. I'll show you the bottle. This is the pouch. This is the pouch that I can get the tears of my enemies in. Hold on.
Oh wait.
Wait.
That. Oh, now you got a box.
Wait, no, it's got to go over the ball sack. Hold on.
Wait. You could do that?
Yeah, hold on. I gotta be Carillion. I gotta be Carillion.
Wait, really?
Yeah, yeah, move. Let me be Carillion. I want to show you something.
Hold on. Let me look at it right now. It's already over the fucking. Yeah, I already see it. I see it.
You see the balls?
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, Carillion goes both ways. That's all I'm saying, dude. Some shady shit going on with her. It's a schman, dude. You don't even know.
All right, are we doing this?
Yeah. Let me switch this up. I'm trying to get a glaive, man. Can you help a brother out with getting a glaive for Carillion?
Sure.
That would make me a happy camper.
Can you can get a glaive of all difficulties, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I got the Carillion thing on, and I want to cut people in half. So let's do this.
All right, going in.
Going in, brother. Yeah, man. How you been? How's life?
Well, I'm finishing up. Well, actually, I am pretty much done. I stopped working in the military, and I'm currently doing my paperwork to get out. So.
Oh, congratulations, man. You
Yeah.
must be so happy.
Oh, no, it's more like a fucking relief, like done with that shit.
But that's happiness, man.
Yeah.
That's happiness. It is. It's a form. It's a positive. It's a positive emotion. State of mind, rather.
So.
State of mind. Yep.
So like, would you feel a bad certain type of way, fucking rap music, if I asked you if you wanted to share what you've been going through? Is that like a bad thing, or are you just like in such a good place that you fucking overpower it?
I mean, I don't give a shit. I mean, what do you want to know? Like, I'm an open book, man. I think the worst thing you can do ever, I found in life, is lie to yourself.
Yes.
And it's strange. It's strange because it's not something that like people give much thought to, because people lie all the time and it just becomes like second nature. But there's a big difference between lying to other people and lying to yourself. Okay, because that's a scary, terrifying concept. Because once you cross that bridge, there's nothing you can do about the doubt that comes afterwards, in the actions, in your choices, in your ability to even perceive.
So this is
like happiness.
This is some fucking next level shit. But have you set a safety net so you don't fall into that pattern?
Yes. Yeah, that's a good question. Yes, and my net is in music. My net has always been in music.
So like, do you mean like if you stop enjoying music or something, or do you mean like you're probably on a whole different page?
What I mean is like when I'm fucked up, when I'm like not like life sucks. when
you're not when you're not in that.
Yeah. When shit is rough, like their music will always bring me back, like to a place of non-doing, to a place of calm, peace, and oneness, with just like love for myself. It always brings me back to that, which is like where you need to start with every decision and action that you make. Needs to start with love for yourself, and if it doesn't start from that place,
self-respect.
You can't even. No, it's not. It's beyond respect. Respect
is
just a condition of love. Like you need to love yourself.
Love thyself.
I don't. Yeah, it's hard to explain without like going in like. To explain it to you, I'd have to know more about you, and it'd have to be specific to you. Like I know what love means to me. You know what I mean? But like, it means something completely different to you. So you have to figure that out for yourself, and that's the beauty of it. Yeah, like it's an adventure. You get to find out what's easy for you, what just
what clicks naturally. Yes.
Yeah, and then once you find that, the only thing after that to do is really figure out a way to make money off of it, and then you've won. Like, there's nothing else to do in life. Like you're good.
See, no, this is what I've always been saying. So like, when I was going through the rough patches of my teenhood, and I had so much time to think, and I had a condensed fucking life, goddamn experiences. Like I'm talking about like every painful experience you could possibly fucking go through. Like it all happened within those few years. Like
like going through the military and going overseas and all that shit, that wasn't really as bad. But I mean, I guess that's also because I
It's
was.
the emotional stuff that's the worst.
Yeah.
And especially for, I've noticed like girls can get over it. Like most women can get over that kind of stuff because they're so emotionally like attuned already. So it's easier for them to get over it. Like in the moment, they'll over exaggerate it and it'll become something much bigger than men would express. But in the long term, like guys really get the shaft when it comes to like dealing with emotional...
women in general, so I mean, let's fucking tangent here. So like, let's talk about pain tolerance, right? So women have like a naturally higher pain tolerance, don't you think? Because like they have fucking periods and like higher emotional sensitivity.
I'm not somebody that would even get into a conversation like that because I believe in something much bigger than that. A basis for the perception of reality, of all reality, fundamentally, existence, the nature of consciousness.
I'm just talking in layman terms.
Would be relative. I'm trying to explain that like pain tolerance is like would be something based on your care, like your spirit. Like
okay.
soul.
Well, no. I was talking about just combining the physical and the mental. But like, no, if you're talking mental, yes, because there is a certain level of resiliency that can really make or break a person's way of life.
Right, and I don't believe that has anything to do with gender, honestly.
Oh no. I am so far away from
the way you're raised than anything having to do with like something that separates like is different about you and another human being,
I'm so far away from the whole gender bullshit. Like I'm tired of people saying
I don't believe that there's even a way to like be there rationally. Like there's no rational argument to like begin like what makes sense is that like society and our society specifically and just the way like we have a huge dig into the idea of history like defining our future.
Well, I mean, how you gonna tell someone else how to see life when that's all they know? Like, here's the thing. Like, I feel like most people shut their brains off maybe in their 20s or earlier. Like, that's what it is. Like, they finish all the hard shit and they get into this spot of coasting, of like floating, where they're just chilling like endlessly, and then they just shut their brain off. And like when you try to like tell them something new,
it's so funny you say that because I just had a conversation with a woman when I was on a bike ride yesterday, and about like the idea of like when you're young, like apparently you're supposed to shut that off. Like I'm 25 years old, and what people tell me the most when I fucking talk with them like this, when I'm actually
chill the fuck out. You're doing too much.
Yeah, I'm like years beyond, and whatever, man. Like age is just a number. It really has nothing to do with like. Oh my god, I could talk about this for hours, but it's funny. But
we'll go for hours.
Most of the time, these people, like in their, like in the 20s and shit, like they'll stop thinking. They won't, like they'll intentionally do that, like to the point where it's actually like idolized, like. Lose your mind. Fucking drink a lot and forget what you did.
Actually, lose your mind is more interesting than what some of these people do. It's more like just the disgustingness of stagnation.
Yeah. You're right. Because you're right. I like that because losing your mind is very healthy, but what they do is not that. Yeah.
I mean, it's funny. It's funny that you say healthy when most people will think of it as like a horribly bad thing. Like, no, losing your mind is like. It's really to just. It's like it's like a what do you call it? Like cleansing. It's like your state of being is just trying to purify yourself to kind of get you to.
I'll tell you what it is. I've gotten really really attuned with this in the last couple months with what I've been going through. It's just living in the moment. It's just
That's what it is. It's trying to get you back into that track.
And ever will have is the now, the right now. Everything else, everything from the past is just a memory. Everything in the future is nothing more than an idea. It never happens in the future. It always happens now. And the more that you can get with the now, like the more you can exist here, right now, wherever you are, the better off you're going to be forever. Like I promise. If you can bring that into everything you do.
what you're saying, it's the most like overlooked concept of life.
I know. Oh my God. Yeah. It's scary.
But no,
like,
okay, but
not an education at
so
all.
there's
no education about it whatsoever.
But here's the thing: like, how do you get people to still take care of or to let go of their past, but to be watchful of their future, so that the now doesn't become like unpleasant? That's a
you
thing.
Need to rephrase that. Phrase it again.
Okay,
It again?
so if you're not, at least looking ahead in the future a little bit, doing some like careful and proactive planning, you could end up, like, for example, unprepared for a job, or you fucked over some drug dealer and like you're in deep shit and you're about to fucking get shanked. Like I'm talking about like looking ahead and like
okay.
learning from the past.
Come over here. Come back here.
Where are you?
I'm actually about to blow your fucking mind with what I've learned. I
might already know it, but I just probably not saying it in the right words.
No, I know exactly what you're getting at, and I'm
okay. Help me clarify everyone.
I just hit an epiphany on this like 2 weeks ago. It's crazy that you're bringing it up.
Oh, the epiphany.
Okay. Okay. So the secret to that is getting away from the. How do I phrase this? From the concept of time, okay?
Yes.
Of all time, okay?
Uh-huh.
So time is an idea. That's what you have to realize. You have to realize that before human beings, there was no concept of time. Things just
before
happened,
human beings, there was no classification of fucking anything. Nothing's absolute.
Right.
There are no facts.
There
is no right or wrong, black or white.
Yeah. Everything else is just, I mean, they don't have the capacity. They don't have the neural capacity. Like our amygdala, our parts of our brain have developed over, I mean, billions of years that, from what we know, to form consciousness, what we are now.
Yes.
And consciousness is not, it's a double-edged sword. We're able to perceive ourselves and perceive time, and we can do fascinating things and wonderful things, amazing feats of engineering and the things that we do as a civilization.
Yes.
And terrible things, but at the same time, we get stuck in this trap of not realizing that none of it's actually real. It's just it's all a fucking, like, the Matrix is closer to the real thing than you would.
Oh my dude,
okay. It would scare you.
So
it would really.
Hold on. This was a tangent.
And that's what people that go through enlightening deal with. They're terrified at first because it's so
always,
much it's overwhelming.
It's always fear.
Like, realizing that, like, we are in absolute chaos, and the only thing you can do ever really is just flow with it. If you resist,
be like
you're
water.
just gonna suffer. You're just gonna suffer. Exactly. Yeah, you're just gonna suffer if you resist. You have to flow as much as possible, and do the best with what you can.
And so, like,
do the best you can with what you have.
You know what that just made me think of? So, like, let's say, because water takes shape of many different things, right? But in a similar way, you know how like railroad tracks, they have different like connections, and you could go the left path or the right path, and people still have that kind of decision to do that, right?
No,
so
okay. See, I'm gonna stop you right there, because the beauty of what I just explained here.
Well, if you're talking about currents and not fighting against it.
Just listen, man. Just listen. The beauty of it is that if you do get with the now and you start living that way and you make that a habit of doing it that way, you don't have to make decisions anymore. You don't have to decide what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. You just do. You just already know. You act out of instinct. You act out of intuition rather than mind-based thought, which is way too slow to comprehend the extent of your greatness, what you're actually capable of. Your mind can't keep up with it. It can only process a certain number of things at a time. But your intuition is your heart mind, is your spirit. If you can get with that, if you stop resisting, and you stop judging things, stop judging what is.
Yes.
Just accept what is. Just let what is happen, even if it's uncomfortable. Get used to it. Find a way through it, because I promise you, on the other side is the promised land, what everybody is looking for, fulfillment, peace, calm, power, strength, intuition, focus, drive, determination, love. Everything that you want in life is hidden there. It's hidden behind your complaints. It's hidden behind your mind. It is the opposite of that. It is letting go of limitations, of your own limitations, because the only thing that can limit you is yourself. And if you choose to accept, other people's limitations bestowed upon you, but at the end of the day, it's a decision that you're making, and you have to accept that you are in full control and fully responsible for your destiny and the direction of your life and everything. And then those questions, you stop asking those questions because you don't need to know anymore. You're just living in the moment. Like I'm telling you, like, if you get in a habit of doing this, you'll understand that there is no other like everything else will be just irrelevant to you. Like, inner peace will be the only thing that matters to you.
Right. Okay. So that's a great way of living. Now, I have to play a little bit of devil's advocate because I see that I see this happen so often. Is that people will call that selfish? They'll call it self-centered.
I'm okay. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, like I'll give you a little back. Like, I've dealt with depression and I've dealt with anxiety.
But no, it's mainly because people are stuck on the idea of human progression. So they're thinking, okay, well, like, what are you contributing to society? And they go into like all these different types of things. And one of the most radical things I talked about with one guy was he's like, I believe that we should just do a giant genocide for people who don't meet a certain IQ point. And I just laughed at him and I'm like, okay, so.
Well, that's irrelevant. Okay, see, like,
but no,
if we're gonna have a conversation on this level, you can't bring up like you know what I mean, stupid shit like that. Like, that there's people that are,
no, but I just wanted to share that because I thought it was funny. I'm like, okay, so then who's gonna take all the jobs that you don't want, and different things like that. I mean,
yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so like. I was just trying to give like some kind of analogy for like the whole be like water thing, and like I mean I guess that goes a little bit into the whole concept of like free will and whatnot.
Is that where you want to talk about next, like flowing? Oh, that's a great topic.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. So like you have different decisions that you're gonna have to make, right? But like. There are some decisions that I don't believe that you can make necessarily instinctually. Let's say if you haven't been through a certain experience, right, and like you're a little bit puzzled on like whether something is going to turn out okay or not. So like you can't necessarily do something instinctually like at that present moment. Like you can have like a gut. Most people know this as the gut feeling. You can have the gut feeling of what decision you're going to make. But ultimately, like, you still give it a lot of, like, significant thought.
Well, okay. Do you want me to respond to that, or we?
I mean, you can.
I will. I love. Okay.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish. But like, after you just got done about like talking instinctually and stuff like that, you actually took a moment to think about it.
No, I'm just listening. To, like, if you're trying to make a point, or that was the end of it. No, seriously, I was just trying to be respectful.
I'm just.
No, okay, so
the shit
what
has
I'm
been
talking about, yeah, with that's just a symptom of not living in the now, literally. I mean, these are just symptoms. A lot of the negativity and the things that aren't good that you're experiencing are a result of not living, like being okay with what's happening right now. It's of always living in the present or the future or the past, like never being satisfied with what's happening right now.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay. So what?
That's really just what that is.
We got to touch on something right now. Let's fucking go on a rant about expectations. Like I get so triggered sometimes by people who have like ridiculous expectations for things, and like that falls hand in hand with like heavy judgment.
Why does that trigger you?
It doesn't really trigger me, but it's more like it's just really sad to see, like people have ridiculous expectations, and like I see them like wither and just grow depressed like over time.
Yeah, have you had like friends? Have you seen that happen to friends?
Yes,
yeah,
I see it happen to people a lot though.
I know exactly what you mean. Oh my God, get wrecked. Right over.
Fucking Jerry, you need to lift more. All right, so so yeah, but expectations. So like people always expecting a certain thing. So like here's an example of something that just kind of like frustrated me a little bit not that long ago, maybe like something months ago. So like where I worked at, this society has this fucking thing where like you're expected to say like hello, good morning, good evening to like fucking what, like every single person you see.
I'm gonna rip this conversation apart.
Oh my god, okay. So let me tell you. After
I'm gonna rip it apart.
All right, but you got to let me finish, Kanye. So like I'm walking into work, right, and like people already know that like I'm a nice guy, but I just fucking don't like saying like a goddamn robot. Fucking hello, good morning, good evening. Like I fucking hate that shit. That this compromises my way of living in the now, right? Because I fucking hate that. I don't like doing the same shit over and over because it makes me feel like I'm not like living. Okay, I know you're trying to hold it back, but I'm not. I'm almost there. So like, I go into our staff lounge where we do the whole turnover with the patients and whatnot, and I walk by and it's funny that this is gonna be stereotypical, but a little bit. I mean, I don't believe in that, but so all of the older women, all of them, there's like eight in the room, looked at me as I walked by, and they're like, well, good evening, and I'm just like, hello, and they're like, and then one of them was like, Pascal, why don't you ever say, good evening or anything to the rest of us when you come in? And I'm like, I had the are you fucking kidding me face on, like hardcore, and then like I just kind of like recomposed myself, and I was just like, well, I had a different upbringing, and it's not something I enjoy doing if I don't necessarily feel it or want to do it. And I'm kind in different ways, but that's just not something I do. It's not something I like to do either. And they got so incredibly offended that it actually that triggered me. Like that was actually frustrating. I'm like, why the fuck do you have such a ridiculous expectation when like I don't enjoy it? Like it even makes me unhappy, as weird as that sounds. I don't want to be a goddamn robot who says it all the time. No. Oh, I totally thought we were finishing this map, but you're like going ham over there. Okay.
I'm just letting you finish. You don't understand.
Okay, no. Okay, no. I'm pretty much done. Like after that, after I told them that, it's like they something maybe later triggered in their mind that not everyone is the same. Holy shit, what a concept. And from then on, they not only didn't expect that anymore, they were like more at ease or more at relief every time they saw me. And then when I did say it, guess what? When I did say it, they were more how do I say this? Like they were more happy or more they found more joy, for receiving it than when I said it like monotonously. And that's the beauty of it. Like it's just like you say it all the time, it doesn't mean anything, but like you say it sometimes, it'll mean a whole lot more, and it'll be something more of meaning. And the same goes for compliments. I'm the same exact way with compliments.
Yeah.
So like I'll fuck, you want to tear this shit apart unless I already it's in a lot of pieces, but you can throw some fire out there too.
All right. Well, okay. So first of all, let me just explain that like those social norms that you're talking about.
Yes.
Like, I understand that, and this is something like that I've only dealt with in the last like couple years, like significantly. Before that, like I really was able to like get past it somehow. Like always, I never really even like let it bother me in any way.
I get what you're saying.
Just listen, man.
No,
It's my turn here.
Okay.
And the thing is, like, yeah, it's hard to not be. It's hard to be optimistic about that, because the reality of it is, this is what I realized, and this is why partially why I got depressed for a while, because what it ends up being is just sadness. Like everywhere I went, I realized like the people that I were looking at, like they were living this life that I was living, like, and the things that I had to go through, that I've gone through to get to where I am, and where I'm going, and like the you know the cascading progression that I've unlocked, is like a test that I wouldn't I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. I wouldn't wish on any human being alive. Like, nobody deserves what I've gone through. But that's what you have to go through to get out of the goddamn trap. And that's the scary part, because I know that's the sad part, really. That what I mean is, because I know that so many people, everywhere I go, my friends, my family. No, actually, not that. What I've learned is I can help a certain amount myself get out of the trap, but there's just so many people that are just like wonderful human beings that are just trapped, and they don't even know that there's a better way to live. They'll never, and they don't even like, they just settle for what is, and they blindly accept the truth that society has laid out for them, which is also their parents. We're children raising children. If you think about it, like we've what does it mean to be an adult? Age? I mean, it doesn't mean that there's any definite knowledge. Like 100 years ago, 200 years ago, we didn't know that the earth was round or some shit like that. Whatever. Facts about the fact that things change, like we don't understand the true nature of reality. We're just touching at understanding our own minds.
Can I make an insert? Like one short comment?
Please, yeah.
Okay, so if somebody's, I fucking love saying this to older people too. I'm like, hey, so I'm 23 years old, right? Which means tomorrow I'm going to be new to being 23 years old and however many days. And in a year, I'll be new to being 24. So how old are you? You're 33? Guess what? You're new to being 33. In a year, you're going to be new to being 34. There is no real difference.
I mean, that's a weird way to put it. I don't know what you mean. Like
I'm saying,
being a certain age is a new experience, so it's wonderful? Or?
Yes, you're always going to be new and learning, and you should never stagnate and condescend on people who are of a lesser age, because it's irrelevant, because there could be somebody who from 11 to like 21, for example, lived life in a certain way that's way more concentrated, or just they went through certain experiences that you never went through in those 10 years. So, they're 21 and you're like 41, and they come up to you and you're trying to tell them about that experience which you've never been through. It's just fucking stupid, because like it's just irrelevant. Like, you go through different things.
Hell.
I
oh,
can't.
No.
I can't. Oh God.
Go without me.
It's just like.
Well, here's the thing. This is what I've learned about age. Okay, it's pretty intriguing, actually. I mean, age. The only thing that really changes with age is the composition of your body, the structure of your anatomy, really, and even that, like, I mean, you can see examples in other humans. I mean, you can live phenomenally to an extremely long age, and at our age, we have the capacity in this lifetime to extend our life significantly, enough to dream bigger than what you are right now. I'll tell you that much. Like, there are possibilities in our future very near. I mean, with the progression of technology alone, I mean, anything is possible, really. And it's beautiful. It's wonderful. Like, we're exploring so many different things as a consciousness. Unfortunately, we're just not united yet. That's what's really holding us back as a species, is we're not united. But I mean, if we get there, what we're capable of, I mean, the amount of money and shit we spend on killing each other, if we just like spend a fraction of that, and I mean, just imagine if we spend all of that or near all of that. First of all, immediately, all human beings on the earth would be taken care of like appropriately. The earth would be sustainable, and there'd be no problems, like no catastrophic events, eliminated immediately within a decade. That could happen if we started right now. Like, we could. I mean, with our progression of technology, if we stop like building stuff to like kill people and started like trying to travel further and like develop shit we've seen in movies, like that's it's not impossible anymore. Like, that's really like possible. And if we combine that with what we know about consciousness and living fully, and doing something that you love, and we get away from this
this fucking
this capitalistic idea of just getting money for the sake of getting money, you know. If we can get away from that and really like start to appreciate things, because that's what people are looking for. It's like the money's not going to buy you happiness. I promise you that. Like, I'm telling you, the happiest people.
But Thuglyfe, it'll make it easier.
No, we'll see. Yes, but the thing is, like, yes and no, because
that's what people say all the time.
Just the happiest people I've ever met in my entire life, and I've met a very wide array of people. I'll tell you that much. Personality-wise, ethnicity-wise, you know, I've been to a couple places, and the happiest people I've ever met in my entire life were people that lived in the wilderness. Believe it or not, they lived in the goddamn woods.
And you had like 6 months of that?
And they had a little bit of integration into society. They still had like bank accounts and shit. They had a car, and what they did is they fell in love when they were in college or something, and they just decided that like there was so much beauty in the world that they just wanted to spend the rest of their lives together and around the beauty of life. And they built this cabin together in the woods, like in Utah, 4 hours south of Provo. I went on a backpacking trip there, and that's where I met them. And they live a life that you want to live, that everybody wants to live. I promise you this. I don't care what you think you're capable of or what you think your body can handle. I don't fucking care. It doesn't matter. You can live this life, and it's as simple as letting go of all the shit that you're clinging onto, because it's making you suffer. You think it's making you happy, but it's only distracting you for a short period of time, and then it gets boring, and then you want something new, because that's how you've trained your mind that's how your mind is trained to work. It's trained to always want more, never be satisfied. But if you can learn to just be satisfied with what you have, all of a sudden, like you'll get not only will you get more, but you'll learn to enjoy it so fully that like every day feels like a year in the eyes of your old mind, like, because you lose your conception of time. You can spend what you can do with the mind, brother. I have learned.
Oh no, trust me. I have.
I've seen some shit, man. I've seen some shit.
But so you've explored
has altered the way I understand.
You've explored a lot of the light, the positive sides of the mind. But how?
No, well, the dark. No.
No, you ventured. No. Okay, so you ventured into the realm of madness. I know, but how far? How far have you gone?
I went all the way.
You fucking like touched the wall.
I hit the back of my head, dude. I hit the back of my head.
I
swear to God, I went through the rabbit hole and I hit the back of my head. That's how far I went.
God.
I don't think you can, like, that's the best way I can, that's like the only way I can explain it. You go through, I purposely went through hell to
understand.
To understand, because what you have to, like, what I understood for some reason at a young age, you know, I had a bipolar mother. I kind of had to raise myself and grow up real quick and take care of her and myself. Mm-hmm. My father was never there, so you know I had to teach myself how to be a man as well. I had to learn all these things the hard way. And
we are brothers for a reason. Like look at that.
Yeah. But for some reason at a very young age, I just understood that the extent of what you're capable of experiencing, like,
should we be hold on, I gotta pause for a second.
No, listen, let me get this out.
Should we be killing stuff as we do this, or as we talk about this?
No.
Okay, we got pause.
Like the heights of your heavens, like, I mean, this is gonna be corny, but this is like, I don't know how else to explain how true this is. The heights of your heavens can only be understood by the depths of your hell. Like, the deeper, the more that you have suffered. And this is why I'm not like just agreeing with the fact that like being born into money is a good thing, because if you don't suffer, if you don't work, if you're not faced with challenges that push you outside of your comfort zone and force you to find another way when you didn't think there was a way, you'll never learn how to think differently and to expand your mind enough to to experience life in the way that is possible. And I'm telling you, all things are possible. Like like, it's truly like a fucking. It's weird, dude. It's weird. Like you wouldn't believe me unless like I sat down with you and I looked you in the eye and I explained to you, and you could see in my eyes what I've seen, which is what helps a lot of people when I talk to them sometimes about this kind of stuff. Is like they see it in me. They see what I've seen by me, like just opening up with them, and we in that moment they understand what's possible, and just by knowing that it's possible, people want more. And that's the best way to spread love, is to empower people, is to show them that they're better than they think they are, then to destroy their limitations, to shit on their self-doubt. You know, that's what being a friend is about, you know, making each other better. And that's also what a relationship should be about. That's what love should be about. You should find somebody else that challenges you, that like it like marriage is I mean, it's cool. That's all, like, to put a word on it and all that shit. But
I don't
there should never be like a finality to love. Like there should never be a plateau or a place where you're just comfortable at. If you get into a routine, that's cool. But if you get into a routine of like experience with each other and there's nothing new, no room for growth, or just leave immediately, because you're suffering and you're heading down a path to just like you're trapping yourself, and you're trapping the person that you love as well, because you have to make a decision if it's
See, that's why there's so many. That's why there's so many divorces. I mean, like, okay, a lot of it is just because people are retarded and they don't know how to figure out who they're.
Well, no. That, I mean, people aren't retarded. I mean,
well, they're not retarded. People are just they're not aware of who they're compatible with
when they want it. And
yeah.
It seems like a good idea at the time, but they don't understand they get caught up in the emotion, because in the moment, I believe, you know, for the most part, when they take their vows, they mean that. But you can never make a vow like that. Like, you could never do that, because you don't understand. You have no way of knowing who and what you'll be in 50 years from now. And why the fuck would you want to know what that looks like? Like, that's the fun. Like, if you know what's gonna happen ahead of time, like, this is what just destroys anxiety immediately. It was when you fucking realize that, like, anything that you're like trying to predict in your head or think about what might happen, what could be, like, why the fuck would you want to know? Okay, when you step back and think about that for a second, you're gonna realize that, like, the best things that have ever happened to you in life, the most amazing moments in your memory that you can recollect, the best day of your life, the best moments of your life, everything that is good has happened spontaneously.
Yes.
It has happened without preparation or planning, a forward thought. And in fact, it happened. Most of them, I'm gonna guess. I'm just gonna take a wild fucking guess here. Happened when you least expected it. When you needed it. When you thought, a lot of them, fascinating enough, will come when you're at your lowest. That's when you reach an experience. If you're like willing to fight through it and not give up. That's the most important thing. Don't ever give up on yourself. And I don't know how you could. That's such a silly thought to me, but a lot of people give up on themselves. And I don't understand how that's even a fucking option. This is your goddamn life. Okay, explain to me how giving up is an option. Okay, what is the? I mean, you don't even know what death is. All you have is what's in front of you right now. So what are you gonna do with it? You're gonna sit there and suffer, or are you gonna try to find a better way? And that's such a simple concept, but a lot of people don't see past their suffering to be willing to stand up and fight. They think it's too heavy.
The fog of depression can get pretty dense.
No, I understand, dude. You don't even know, dude. Of course it can. I've been at the bottom of at the bottom of the goddamn of everything. Like, you don't understand. I've been in darkness for months. Just no light. Just darkness. I'm talking about like hell manifest. It is quite literally like losing the worst parts of what you thought was possible in reality manifesting in your reality like that. I've lived that for a long time, and that's the only reason I dare speak on it, because before I had no idea. I was just like, up until what was it, like 20 years old, I'd say, I really I learned how to deal with problems and deal with them efficiently. But I had never really learned, allowed myself really to fall into hell, like that deep of a pit. But then I did. I dealt with traumatic experiences that escalate and.
Oh God, you're cutting out. You're cutting out. You're cutting out. What are you doing?
Oh, whoops! I'm playing with my thingy. Okay, I'm like, yeah. I'm a little high, so just keep that in mind. But in doing so, that's where real strength comes from. Okay, and this is what I've gained, brother. Well, part of what I've gained it is everything is possible now, and this is the beauty of accepting your own death. This is the beauty of letting go of time as much as possible as an element. Other than for useful information, you know what I mean? But living in the realm of time, that's your mind being unconscious and not being present in the moment here now. But
okay,
if you develop good habits, okay, if you develop first of all good habits.
Yeah.
In life,
oh, dude, I could go on posture, a fucking rant about habits.
Right. Habits are important. You want to set good habits for yourself so that you keep yourself in a place where no matter what happens, you're ready to deal with it. And if you do take a hit, you're ready to get back up, and you have a way to do that. Which means, doing something that involves your body physically, in any form. For me, it's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. That's fun for me, because when you're on the mats and you're sparring like that, nothing else is real. The only if you're thinking about anything, you're gonna get your ass fucked up. You need to be focused on your next movement and your body and
Dude,
submitting him.
That's like what parkour is for me.
Yeah. Everybody, as long as you have something, it could be bike riding, it could be swimming, something. Don't make it suck. Don't make it suck, dude. Find something that you enjoy doing, and fuck anybody's opinion, as long as it gets your body going. I don't care if that's playing. I don't know. Whatever.
Well, I had this conversation with someone else. He's like, he gets a lot of shit for rollerblading, but it's what gets him up.
Oh my god, rollerblading's the shit. Oh my god, yo, fuck anybody that says that. First of all, anybody that you need to be able to also to stand up for yourself. You're fucking awesome. So don't fucking forget that. And don't let people tell you that what you love isn't good enough or in any way negative. Okay. Because you need to tell those people when you hear it and it's directed towards you, instead of taking it personally, you need to be like, hey, listen, no, it's not. Fuck you. In your own way, however you want to say that, or no, it's, excuse me, sir, your opinion is false. I don't know how you want to say it, but okay. Don't take that.
Lessons from Thuglyfe. You gotta walk up to the person. Here, hold on, stop moving for a second. You gotta walk up to the person like this, be like, "Excuse me, sir, it's fucking false." Okay, goodbye, and then you just walk away.
Listen, boy, your shit's weak. I didn't have a follow up to that. I just wanted to say your shit.
It's okay. You're living in the moment. Everything's a-okay. All right, so.
Yeah, it is. It really is, dude.
Hold on, dude. Cue up another map. I gotta be living in the moment while we talk about the stuff. Let's.
Okay, hold on. I need to get an appropriate weapon. Excuse me.
Okay. Mass amounts of people are stuck on the thought that you need another person to be happy. They're very, very, very stuck on that. So
holy shit.
Relationships.
I don't even really understand. Well, I do and I don't, because okay, here's the thing about that. Here's the thing about loneliness that I've learned. Loneliness is I've learned is not actually your body or your human need or some sort of need to have another human being present. Of what you're talking, you know what I mean? What you're talking about,
right.
A need to have another significant other or a friendship or anything. I will relax. You got me talking here, so I gotta talk. It's not about it's not about that. What it comes down to is a lack of love for yourself, actually, because if you put yourself first, like I talked about earlier, if you make yourself numero uno, and that's not a bad thing, because you have to put yourself first
You
to
have
truly
to.
be loving to people
Nobody
and
signed
doing.
a contract for you to be born into this life, so you have nothing to do but be considerate for yourself.
Yeah, and that's not. I'm not trying to like imply that that means like you're just greedy and you take everything
Yes.
for yourself. I'm talking about like looking out for yourself first before everything else. Just making sure that you're okay and your shit's taken care of, and then helping others. You know, and what you really need to take care of yourself is very very little. Like there's very little because when you gain this mentality and you start loving yourself,
You figure out how to
and
be
that's the
happy with
beauty.
nothing.
Yeah, that's the beauty of like taking time away from relationship, of like being on your alone. It's scary, and it's like it's hard a lot of the time. I know, I know, brother, I know. But if you can get through it, and you'll start you'll start realizing that what will happen is all this energy that you were spending on like thinking about how much you want to have somebody else in your life or whatever, longing for this person, all that energy will start working for seeing the things that you're already blessed with or like already gifted with. Like you'll start seeing talents and ability that you'd never even realized that you were capable of before, and start seeing like the things that you're capable of and the
Yeah,
way that
don't
you
you feel like
flow is
relationships,
like.
in a way, especially at certain ages, it's just like, it's like a really big distraction. Like, I see a lot of people.
No, see, it can be. I mean, I mean, everything's a distraction, man.
Yeah, no,
Like
I understand
it's
that,
all
but like,
it's all a game. But
I gotta flow with what I'm saying here. So like, people,
yeah.
they experience something negative, and it makes them feel like bad or something. So then they like try and find a way to cope with it, and then they think the only way to cope with it is by being with another person and just trying to be happy with them and just like
Right. See, well, that's where you
overpower.
fucked up. Right there. That's where you fucked up.
No,
Is
no, this is,
you
I'm not
thinking that the
describing
solution.
myself. I'm describing what other
I know,
people
I
do.
know. That's. I'm saying this is where this arbitrary person that you're talking about in this hypothetical
Yes.
situation fucked up. Is he misinterpreted his own ability to cope? He was looking for an external way to cope with
Yes.
a
With,
situation
with
that has
another
been
person.
dealt with. You don't need to like. All you need to do is come back to this moment and realize that this is the only thing that is real. Everything else is just a fucking memory now. And
Yes.
you, this memory that you're of this horrible thing that happened to you, whatever it is you're recreating it right now. You're thinking about it right now. It's not actually happening right now. You're just thinking about it right now. All you got to do is stop is think about something else. Like it's really that goddamn simple. Put your mind into something else, and then all of a sudden, with time heals everything. Eventually, with enough time spent not like redirecting those thoughts to fucking Jenga or Sudoku, whatever the fuck it is. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Anything other than that horrible thing that happened to you, you one day it'll enough time will have passed that you'll look back on it and it'll make you laugh is what'll happen is and that's when you know that you're over it. That's when you know emotionally this is huge. Actually, this is a really big life tip. You'll know that like something is wrapped up in your mind if you are able to laugh about it, or like smile about it. Like if you're able to remember the good times in like an ex relationship, you're over it. If you're able to like laugh about something horrible that happened to you, something embarrassing, like the death of a family member, if you're able to laugh like something that you shared when that person was alive, you're over it. You're stronger for it because you have now dealt with that horrible experience and you know that it's behind you because you have found what was darkness has become light, and now it's over. Now you're moving. Now you're past it, and you don't have to dwell on it anymore. And then that's how you deal with. Once you can do that, like you start doing that with like all the things. You really got this is the hard part. Is you really have to like go in depth with and be honest with like your own life. You got to go back and accept everything that happened and review it. And it's hard, man. It really is, because there's a lot of horrible things, that horrible memory. Brother, I understand more. Holy shit! Like I understand. But you have to go back there. You have to be brave enough to face it, because once you face it, you realize that fear isn't real. and it never was real. And the worst thing that can happen is living in fear. And once you get over the fear, it disappears like it was never there, and then life is wonderful and fresh again. like that, and that's called enlightenment. That's called coming back to now. Yeah. So yeah, let's cue it up. Very, very good. And on topic, actually.
Yeah, just be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how you want to get rid of anxiety. I'm telling you, that's the secret. That's the secret. Live now. Live right now.
No, that is the clear-cut answer for anxiety.
Yep.
Live in the now.
Now, and then you'll stop seeing what anxiety is. Just hesitation. If you're living now, you're not hesitating. You're reacting to what is, and you're accepting what is too. That's important too.
That brings up something really good to talk about. Instead of focusing on the negatives of whatever problem's at hand, you should be focusing on the positives within yourself to bring yourself to a solution at a much quicker pace, because there's nothing that focusing on the negatives is going to do. There's nothing that complaining is going to do. But what is going to get you out of that bad situation is by focusing on a solution at hand.
No, okay. Here, see, you're. I think I know what you're getting at, and I'll do my best.
If I could even get up there.
This is something I learned from Eckhart Tolle. I don't know if you know who that is, but he is a brilliant mind of our time. Like, truly, I mean, it's like he's like the Buddha of our time. Eckhart Tolle, ECKHARTTOLLE. You should and will not regret looking up anything by this man. He is inspirational, and I don't have any words to describe what he has done for our consciousness as a collective species. But regardless of that, okay, I learned this from him, so credit goes to him. He explained something very simple, and I want you to think about this, okay? After I say it, I just want you to let it sink in for a minute and just think about it for just, give it like 10 seconds, okay? In everything that you do in life, forever, every situation from now till the end of time, the day you die, okay? Don't think any more than is required. Do not think any more than is required. Okay? Now, this inevitably leads the mind to a pattern, a habit. I mean, all these things, like I said, you need to train your mind for good habits, for it to work for you. And this is the most fundamental habit you need to get into. Okay? Because for your mind to work effectively for you and for it to work on your problems and solve them efficiently, you need to guide it in the right direction. Okay? And what you'll start doing if you do incorporate this into your life is you'll start in everything that you do, everything that you think, all the the millions of thoughts that go through your mind, in any given situation, you know what I mean? You'll start to sort through them. Your mind will start to sort through them automatically. What is thinking about this going to do for me? Okay, is it necessary to think about how uncomfortable I am right now, or how uncomfortable I was in a situation 3 days ago or 5 years ago, or how much this person hurt me? Is it necessary? What am I accomplishing by remembering how much this person hurt me? Exactly, is this you know what I mean? In things like that, in any situation, you'll start to you'll stop viewing, first of all, anything that happens as negative. When you're faced with challenges in life, you'll instead view them as an opportunity to learn, to grow, to become more integrated. And you won't look at things that are that you used to look at before with fear as just horrible and unsurmountable. You'll look at them as something that will challenge you, will push you to a place you haven't been before. You know what I mean? And that's only with with big things, but small things, all of a sudden like they stop becoming problems, because what the mind does habitually is it looks for problems, and you'll realize this. All this happen. What I'm explaining right now is a process, okay? And these are like key elements of I'm giving you like the spark notes on the process that I've already been through myself.
Pretty much.
I'm literally just explaining my process. But these are things that you realize, and you have to realize them on your own, because they are like, nobody can, you can read them in a book, but if you don't like
tailor it to your individuality.
Yes. Like I'm just a guy that you're hearing. Like I got my own shit going on, and you need to have your own shit going on too. Because if you don't, then you're not living. You're alive, but you're not breathing in the freedom, the now, the beauty.
And
everything.
You know what? The number one thing that I think that reminds me of is like Twitch and YouTube viewers. In some cases, mostly Twitch viewers, is that some of them are like overjoyed when they see other people going through like awesome experiences.
Well,
but
stay away from judging people, okay? Because that's a strong judgment. You have no idea. I mean, certainly I would agree. I do share the opinion. There are probably some people that do. Fall victim to that, like living vicariously in certain ways, but the fact of the matter is, like, they could, that's just a whole nother way to like enjoy things. You don't really have to, like, let's say you're just not like that interested in like getting so involved with video games, and you'd rather practice martial arts or whatever, fucking chess.
Well, no, I was just doing that as like a caveat to, like, you need to have your own way of enjoying, and rather than just kind of like limiting yourself.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, you decide what you do. I mean, I hope that should be pretty clear. Like, if you feel like you've lost control of yourself and your direction and what you're able to do with your life, take a breath, man. This is my advice. Take a deep breath. Okay, close your eyes. Okay, and think about what's going on right now. Okay, now you'll realize immediately, like I said, like the problems that you thought that were keeping you from doing, the things that make you happy. Okay, they're not real. They're constructs of the mind, like obligations that you have put on yourself, and you can take them off if you choose to. Nothing is like permanent. Nothing is. Nobody's forcing you. Like, slavery's over. Like, there's nobody. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing like that going on. If you're hearing this, you know what I mean? In some parts of the world, they are. Not to say that they aren't.
I was waiting for that one.
For most people, like, it's just not the case. You have the freedom to live, beyond your wildest dreams. I promise you that.
Actually, even in the most like dire circumstances, there are people who are in very close situations to living that type of lifestyle, and even still, they have figured out how to live in the now and not limit themselves and have all these restrictions.
Well, that's the idea. I mean, that's the whole goal. That's at least my fucking goal. And I listen, when it comes to like setting goals for myself, man, for what I want for myself, I want everything. I want it all. I want it all the time, forever. Okay, I want the best of that life has to offer. I want everything that I haven't even dreamed of yet. Okay, like, I want the best for me. Okay, and that's, you need to want that. That's where desire comes from. You need to want to be better than you are, to never be satisfied with what you have, where you're at. Always be working for more, but always living in the now too. And it's very easy. It's the easiest thing to do. It's so easy that it's hard to do. That's the the conundrum, is that, like, it's the easiest thing in the world to do, is to just like breathe. Okay, breathe, man. Like, think about what's actually happening right now.
Well, okay, so
and what's going on, and like all these anxieties and these fears and these limitations, like, they're all constructs of the mind. And once you have your mind working for you, like, once you're on the same page with your mind, bro, dude, you don't even know, man. Like, I can't even explain to you how beautiful things are, like, in my eyes. Like, everything, there is no, like, everything is just makes sense. Like there's nothing like I've been to hell. I've been in my own worst nightmare. Like I've been there. So there's nothing to fear anymore. There's nothing to worry about. And that's like what they, if you ever practice like Zen or Buddhist practices or like anything related to that, one of the first things they'll have you do is in a variety of different ways is they'll have you try to picture what death would be like. Okay. And they'll try like in a quiet place, you know, where you can really concentrate on like imagining what it would be like to be dead, or like what it would be like after you died. You know what I mean? Like what that would, you know, what that experience would be like. And what happens is, you know, spoiler alert. But again, you have to do
life,
you have to actually
life spoiler alert. Please don't.
Yeah, well, yeah, you actually have to do this for it to do it. But what you'll do is you'll realize that there's no such thing. There's no such thing as an experience of death. It would be like one of the ways they explain it is like try to imagine what it would be like to go to sleep and never wake up. Okay, try to imagine that. You can't, okay, because you can't experience.
I mean, you could basically just say that that's like right now. We're already living the dream.
Right. No, that's what I mean. See, like that's the beauty of it. Once you enlightenment is just being is not needing anything, not relying on anything for fulfillment. It's because you realize that everything you could ever want is happening right now, and you already have it. You're alive. You're conscious. We are sentient. We are consciousness. We are being. We are life. We are beauty. We are love. We are all the thoughts and the experiences that you have, the memories, the ideas, the futures, the fear, the anxiety, the doubt, the hesitation, the love, the laughter. Everything is you. You are not anything, any one specific thing or feeling or experience. You're all of it. You are a constant flowing, dancing, magnificent, you know, display of life and an expression of the cosmos, of the universe, and all that is. And you're wonderful, and I love you. And don't ever forget that.
Yes.
Yo, grab this tome. Yo, we need this for secrets.
That was like the best wrap up ever, and I love you. I love everyone.
I mean, it's not even about. I love myself, man, and like.
And in loving yourself, you love everyone else.
This is going no. This is kind of going far out on a like way separate subject, but like in doing this, like you realize that there is no separation between people. Like we're all the same.
Yeah.
Basic matter, and like what'll help you understand what I'm talking about is like you realize that like scientists. For a long time, we were trying to figure out what the fundamental matter of the of reality was. You know, the smallest particle. You know, the atom, and then the quark and all that, and smaller. What they changed their goal because they realized that it gets infinitely smaller. And this is where ideas of parallel universes and different dimensions come into play because like the existence is beyond comprehension, and it's that's okay. Like that's don't worry. Like it's not meant to be understood and
you know
like,
that's actually fucking beautiful in a way because it's always if you wanted to pursue that, you could always strive to understand more. You could always having an endless goal is like one of the best things that you could have because you never want to reach it.
This is the thing about being perfect. Okay, always shoot this. Well, this is my thing at least. I always try to be perfect. That's my goal. My goal is to be perfect. Okay?
But in reality, you'll never be perfect, but you always want to try.
But I never expect to be perfect, though.
Yes.
Never expect to reach that place. Yeah. But always shoot for it. Yeah, of course. Be the best that you can possibly be, and always shoot to win, to fucking succeed, in whatever you do, in whatever way you want to do it. I mean. You know, in doing that, you'll be able to make those decisions responsibly about how you're going to do that. Because you have to also understand other people, because we're living in a world where there's other people. It's not just you, you know. There's other people. They're going through the same, you know, the same
motions
cycle that you're going through.
So
I
like to use motions because it's not the same things, but like they're going through different forms of happiness, sadness, depression, enlightenment, joy.
Yeah,
you know?
Motion. Yeah, different. Yeah, not the word I would use, but yeah, they're different story. You know, different different shit going on, and it's all it's all the same. Basically, like it's just a different perspective from human to human, and it all comes down to like how you deal with failure. I think is one of the most important things. It's more than how you deal with like happiness, because that like I'm not even very good with that yet either.
With what?
With being good to myself, like let's see, like seeing like the good in myself, like
I could tell you a whole bunch of things right now. You want some compliments?
I don't want to hear it though. That's the thing. Like
I don't want to hear it.
Like
You gotta find it yourself.
I don't know, man. I'm so focused on like dealing with the bad in a good way that that the other stuff kind of comes naturally, and that's how I prefer it, really, because then I'm just like anything that happens is like delightful, you know what I mean? Like a surprise, even the smallest things all of a sudden are like a delight to me, and I can get like excited playing a goddamn video game. I can be fully engaged, like my heart racing, calm and actively involved and enjoying myself, sitting in front of a goddamn computer or staring at a bird or sitting on a train, wherever it is. Like I'm always in a good mood. I'm always feeling okay, like comfortable in my own skin, like, and there's no like you can't put a price on that, man. Like there's nothing really beyond that, because once you get that, everything else is just a bonus. Like everything beyond that, you've got what you're looking for. That's what you're looking for. I promise you. You're looking for self-acceptance, for love for yourself. That's what everybody's looking for. You're looking for
why are you struggling so much to find this or to achieve this?
I think struggling is the wrong word. I'm more choosing not to like spend my time, my attention, like engulf my attention in that, because what I think this is still something I'm like thinking about actively. There was a time in my life where I let that go unchecked, and I didn't really like. I just like whenever I like thought I was the shit or I was doing something awesome, I was just like alpha mode all the time. Like, and it's hard to explain, but like I used to live in Chicago, so like a big bar club district. I went to a city school, DePaul University. So like there was a lot of like parties and like dealing with like people my age and all this. And when you're on peer level with people, like I used to find it fascinating, like being assertive, like, and using your self-love. You can manifest that in tremendous ways. Like you can do whatever you want, like around your peers, basically, especially in a college setting. Like, and I'm talking about like everybody did what I wanted them to do whenever I wanted them to do it. that's the only way I can explain it. It's like it's a sense of it's an ego trip is what it is, and it's a trap, and that's why I don't do that anymore. I don't really like let my attention go there anymore, because
so
it's very easy to get sucked into that ego.
Would you
trip,
describe that?
Then,
okay, so the alpha mode that you're describing, you're basically saying don't let your ego get too big, and not to
don't let it. Well, see, it's fun to let that. To let
it grow.
Ego expand. Yeah, to let it grow, but don't let it go out of control in any moment, okay? Because like what'll happen is you can learn to tailor your ego and manifest it, and that's where character comes from. That really is what character is your ego.
That's a part of it, yeah.
And but like in the moment, like when whatever you're doing, you can't, like, it's important, I think, to make sure that you keep it in check. Like you stay based in reality and don't let your sense of being amazing like take off, and let that you forget about other people and like what your situation is. And I'm being very general because I think that's the only way you can ever really talk about these things, is to be very general. Otherwise I'd have to give like my own specific life examples, but I don't even know how much that would mean.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're talking to other people, you always have to pick something that's very like general or broad, because they have to take it.
If you really want them to understand, like,
they got to tailor it to themselves. So
you have to be transparent with what you're trying to say. And I don't like what we were talking about earlier, like the social expectations and conduct and all that. Like I can't. That shit drives me crazy, dude. Like I don't think you understand like how much it drives me crazy. Like it's probably the number like one of the top 10 biggest problems.
Just
in my
fucking
life
expectations.
right now. And not that problems is a relative term for me, but like if I had to put it on a list of 10 things on a list that were problematic for me in my life right now, that would be in the top 10 for sure. Because yeah, I'm definitely of the mindset like I don't want to, like it's not interesting to me like what you're talking about. Like you're not genuine. It's it's like a reflex, like to say, hi, how are you, how you doing,
yeah.
Or it's just like the same routine of words that you set up with people. And what I've noticed with words are powerful, man.
Yes.
Like especially when you start mixing them with like the word love. This is when like relationships can take a bad turn, is because like somebody will say I love you, and then the other person will be expected to say it back. And
that's a big topic.
That is so unfair. That is
so unfair.
That's a horrible thing to do to somebody that you love, is expect that from them. If you love them, then you love them.
You'll
period.
know it. You
That's
don't have to say it.
You don't love does not need to be what you'll learn about love if you when you're really in love. What love really is vulnerability. Like you need to if you're really in love with somebody, it doesn't matter if they're in love with you. That's the truth. Like if you're really in love with somebody, it does not matter. It has nothing to do, like it will change nothing. The fact of them being in love with you or not will have nothing to do with whether or not you're in love with them. It will be completely, true love is completely selfless. It's completely thoughtless. It's like it's loving something else more than yourself. Like that's real love. That's why people will give up their lives for people they love without hesitation. Because it's not even a thought. Like they're willing to die without question for something greater than themselves, which is this. When it manifests in other human beings, it's quite a beautiful thing. There are no words to explain how wonderful it is, because what happens is you're free of yourself because you have put something else above yourself, and that's a freedom. That's a freedom from this suffering that people experience, and that's why people suffer. Once they lose this person, because that's just how things goes. That's why it's also like I said, important and fundamental and absolutely necessary for you to love yourself first all the time. Never let go of that. Even with what I just explained there, you still love yourself first. You can only love somebody like that so selflessly if you love yourself more than that. Okay? It means that you're seeing a love that existed within you in somebody else for the first time. And it's a reflection of a love that you have for yourself fundamentally, deep down within. And that is expressing itself in your willingness to do anything for this person or whatever it is, and that's true love, man. It doesn't have to. That's how you know that's how you know if you're really in love, is it won't matter to you in any way if they love you or not. If it does, then you're not really in love. You're in lust. You want them for other reasons, and that's okay too. That's cool. You can have fun with toys and play games, but that's not love, man. Keep looking.
Is love putting your penis in that person's vagina, in a woman's vagina? If you're a straight male, is love putting his penis in her vagina? Yes or no?
Such a stupid question. That's like the dumbest question you've asked me all day today.
Well, what do you
mean? What is that? What? I don't even understand what you're asking me.
Are you wanting intellectual questions, or I thought are we?
I mean, you're the one asking the question.
Are we breaking from living in the moment?
No, I am living in the moment, and I'm just trying to get you. I'm not content with answering it in the form that you asked it. Is love okay? Absolutely not. What you're describing isn't okay. This is how stupid that is. Okay, what you're describing is an act. Okay, you're describing an act. Okay, nothing more than an act. Okay, everything else that comes after this act is the meaning that you have given to it. That's it, and that is just a construct of your mind that you're
hear that, everyone?
Right now.
The answer is no.
No, man, and that's why like people. I mean. Really, like monogamy is it's a very interesting subject because I mean culturally it is so you have been conditioned to believe that it is wrong for anything else to enter, because that's your whole, right? You know what I mean? When you love somebody in your relation, that's your whole, that's your property, right? No, fuck you. Kill yourself. Okay? You need to get yourself in check. You need to slap the shit out of yourself, because you are not only not respecting yourself, you're not respecting other human beings, you're not respecting the sanctity of life, and you're not respecting love. And guess what, my friend? You're never going to have love until you start respecting it, okay? That's not your... no human being is your property. Nothing about that person belongs to you. And if you really want this great thing that you've been promised, you know, this love and all this wonderful things that life has to offer, you know, living every day freely and fully, you know, free of depression, anxiety, sadness, you need to stop bitching about your problems first. You need to stop complaining. You need to stop pitting yourself, and you need to start respecting other people and yourself, okay? Because you can't respect yourself until you respect other people. They come hand in hand. This is so crazy. Okay, this took me a while, dude. I'm not gonna lie about this. This took me a while to get fully. Okay, because respecting other people is not, you know, for a while I I got by with just respecting, you know, the people I came in contact with. Okay, but it has to come down to a decision that you've made about life, really. Okay. And in relation to this decision that you're making about, or this opinion that you're forming about life in general, you're also creating your own opinion of yourself. Remember, because it all feeds back into, it all manifests your own reality. What you choose to believe ties back, follows you back into the reality that you live. Okay, and this is why it's so important to just do this now. Like I wish
do it as early as you can, because some people never find out.
Yeah, and to like
until it's too late.
Oh, it's so sad. I mean,
yeah.
It's like there's so much more, so much more. God damn it, man. There's so much more to life than whatever you're worrying about. Like you need to, like, you have to respect other people. Okay, so in respecting other people, you know, what'll happen is you'll start looking at people differently, and this takes a lot of strength, a lot of courage to do, because it's hard. I know, man. Whatever you're thinking, I know how fucking hard it is, dude. Holy shit! Because this has happened in the past, and they've done this to you, X, Y, Z. Anything that you're thinking about, any thoughts that you're thinking about are judgments that you're placing upon other people, and in doing so, you're putting them on yourself unconsciously. You're putting limitations on yourself and your experiences, and the extent that you're able to appreciate and live fully. You're shutting yourself off to future experiences based on things that have happened in the past that were whatever opinion you made. Okay, get rid of that shit. You really have to be brave, because it's not, nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody can do it for you. You have to do it yourself. You have to let that anger, let that resentment, let those grudges, let the past go, because I know how heavy it is, man. I know what it's like.
Why do you think people struggle to let go of judgment so much?
Because that it gives them a sense of identity in a way, and people.
Yeah, you're on point for sure. That's one of the reasons that I've seen the most. Sorry to interrupt you though.
No, absolutely. Yeah, you're not interrupted. This is a conversation, man. Speak freely. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is, like, people, because I'm coming. This is what I was talking. I'm coming to the end of my of my identity phase. I don't know what to call it. I'm just gonna call it my identity phase. This search for identity. Like I've spent the last well, really, since I've been able to like think on my own.
Wait,
on this journey.
Do you think that you'll ever find out, or you think that it's just more of a progressive thing?
Oh, I found out. I have the answer.
Yeah, I have
why it's over.
the fucking answer. Let me lay down the
see,
law.
That's the thing. Like,
I am Thuglyfe.
It's not like this is what this is the really important part. No. Listen, shut the fuck up. Quiet your mind. Okay. Because I am irrelevant. I am irrelevant in this equation. I am just an entity. I am.
Yeah, you are a voice.
More.
See,
I'm a voice. This is about
everyone who's watching this right now. If you're watching this right now, this is what I was talking about before. It's not about the avatar you create. It's about the light that shines through. And right now, the light is fucking glaring through Thuglyfe.
Well, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with? You can't. Listen, man. You can't do anything to change what is going to happen with another person's life. Really, like.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
When it comes down to it, like you may think you have some control, but who they are fundamentally, what they perceive, how they perceive their reality, like fundamentally, is not going to change from anything you do. You know, like you may, like even if you physically interact with them or verbally shout at them or think that you're like challenging them mentally or interfering with them, like it has nothing. It will not change anything about what they think and do, like really. And that's such a freedom because you realize that that's really true. Like even when if you go back and even when you think about like times where you thought you had a direct influence with something that happened, or you'll realize that it can't ever be that way, because if you realize that you are what you are fundamentally, which is just this moment, none of that's real. It's just an idea, and it never will be real. It's just a fabrication of your mind.
That's already really hard to convince people. Like for example, like let's just talk about games, since we're already playing one. So like, okay, so some guy breaks a game and he finds some glitch that just completely like skips the whole level or ruins it or whatever, and the developers see that and then they react to it, and suddenly a change was made in the game based on that person's actions. So how do you convince people to see past that?
Sorry, I'm not sure I understand. I did just smoke a pretty good hit though. Can you say it one more time?
Okay, so we're in a game and there's a guy A who breaks the game. He finds some bug or he's hacking or something. And okay, yeah, so he finds an exploit, and this exploit is huge. It completely breaks the entire level, and gives a bunch of good items or whatever. And the developers see this and they don't like that.
I mean, I already have to ask, what kind of a game is this? What's the goal? Is it multiplayer? Is it online? Is it an RPG?
Let's just say it's a multiplayer online and with PvP environment where it actually matters. Let's just throw all the factors in where it matters.
Is real money a part of anything involving this game, aside from the purchase of the game itself?
Let's say for this example,
like cosmetics or.
Let's say for this example, it's a reoccurring subscription to play the game.
Oh yeah, then yeah, that's fucked.
Yeah, so no, I was saying, how do you explain to people that it doesn't exist or it's not relevant in the fundamental terms if that person did an action, which is he found an exploit, and the developers reacted to it by fixing it in order to appease the general audience? Like, how do you get people to necessarily see past that? Because people are always
okay,
stuck
so
on
you're asking me like this individual that did this, found this exploit, and things were changed as a result of his actions.
His specific actions.
And the opinion of this person from other people on the internet is the other people's opinion that because of him
there was a change. Because of him there was a change.
Well, the thing, here's the thing about that. The best way to deal with stuff like that is to just move right along. don't give a shit about what their opinion is. Okay, here's the thing about like caring about, okay, I'm assuming this is about somebody you know or about you, so I'm just gonna say
no.
I'm gonna
You're
just
actually
listen,
you're
okay,
off topic. You're way off topic. I'm trying to redirect
I'm making
you.
a point. I'm making a point. I'm trying to
Okay,
come
make another
here.
point. It's not off subject though.
I gotta say it like I'm talking to this person. So I'm talking
Okay.
to this man, okay, that did this glitch or whatever. Whatever you're doing, it should be irrelevant, really. What other people think about it. Like, if that's the way you view it, if they view it a different way, you can tell them. You can get into a conversation with this person about the way that you viewed the events that transpired. Okay, you can make a statement about that. And with social media, I don't know how it works now. However, you would convey that message about what happened. And anything beyond that really is just out of your control. And that's other people are going to have opinions. People get upset about things, and that's not something that you have control over. And you need to be able to handle that too if you're doing anything in life. You need to be able to deal with people being.
You're talking about
it's not that big a deal though.
You're talking about the third party or the outside point of view perspective. I was on the subject of the whole looking at things fundamentally in the here and now, and that you don't actually make a difference and you can't actually make a change kind of thing that you're talking about. And I was just trying to say from that I was saying that's what I was saying from the exploiter point of mind. Let's say he has the strong mindset that he wants to make a change and make a difference in the game, so he comes up with a way to break the game, for whatever intentions. And I was saying, how do you explain to people that it doesn't actually matter, that he did not actually really make a change? Because that's something that's incredibly difficult to try and explain to people, because they're always, stuck in the, what I see is
because
what
they
is.
think that because you glitched, that was a change that happened. Okay, we'll put it this way.
Like
okay.
directly linked.
This is the that's easy, dude. Yeah, you just tell them that. Okay, it's the game. This is the only thing that matters is it is the game's responsibility to create an environment where any game is basically just a set of rules that you're going by. Without rules, it's just play. A game is a set of a set of rules that are abided by, and it's the game maker's responsibility to set the parameters of these rules so that fair play is possible. And while playing the game, the player, which is the purchaser of this product, not the creator of the game, the one that plays it, the one that pays for it and then plays it, not the creator. They don't know shit about making the game. Okay, it's not their responsibility to make sure everything fucking works right. It's their responsibility in this society to make the money and pay for the goddamn game, and then sit their ass down, grab some Cheetos, and play it. Okay, and it's supposed to work the way as intended.
Well,
and if while playing that
Doritos
game,
for all you other
this
people.
person, yeah, whatever, Cool Ranch, I get it. Pringles is my shit. Whatever. But if while playing the game, some shit happens that wasn't intended, and you obviously didn't use any like third-party programs or anything like that. Like while playing the game, keyboard and mouse or whatever, however it's intended to be played. If in the game you do something that wasn't intended, that is that's the game maker's fault, and that's a big problem with games nowadays. Like cartridge games were much better with that, because like they had to be good by the time they were done. They had to be like perfect. They had to be done. Because there's no rolling updates, there's no internet. I remember N64, man. Like the biggest thing that you had to look forward to after a game came out was like a rumble pack, or like a fucking like some stupid shit that like wouldn't really change anything. You just wouldn't fucking like crash as much and shit. Oh my god, those were the days, man. Yeah, because like nowadays everything's online, so they release a game before it's even made. Like people are pre-ordering
before it's even done.
I mean, and they give them like, it's so fucked, dude, because like they give them incentives to do it, and then like if you really like the game, you have to do it to kind of keep up, and get the cool shit. and that's fucked, dude. That's so fucked. That's like I'm so ashamed with the direction that we're headed. Like it's so fucked, man. Like they really, god damn it, it's so fucked because it's not really about like good games anymore. It's about making money, and then it's just fucked right now, man. It's not where it should be. Some people, some of them still get it right with like games like this, but even this has been tainted because the whole bar has been lowered. You know, understand what I'm saying? Like the whole bar of expectations for a game release.
Well,
it's just the bar has been set so low as compared to how it used to be. You know how much time and effort they used to put into releasing one game, and then the overhead on just creating the game and producing it and manufacturing it back when they, you know, they had to create.
How do you think it is from a young designer's point of view, or just, you know, it's somebody generally in the field? So like, for one, and this is a general concept about fucking art and creativity in general, is that it is becoming increasingly harder to come up with something unique and different and enjoyable because there's already
this one. No, I love this one. I know what you're saying.
No, you have to let me finish though.
All right.
So I'm saying it from this perspective. You have
from
people
what perspective? Sorry, I'm not on board with this.
I'm picking this perspective because I knew you fucking disagree with it. Okay, so it's the perspective of that it is becoming increasingly difficult to come up with newer things that don't seem like cookie cutter copy and paste, to bring a new feel for, let's say, games specifically, and you know, you could talk about music for this as well, but let's say games specifically. It's harder to really sit down and kind of come up with and create something that'll appease the general gaming population audience. So like, you have a lot of people who complain about things that are just like, oh, well, this is like this game, and you know, it feels the same.
All right,
so I don't like it.
Okay, let me cut in here.
Okay.
So
putting you in.
This is how I'd respond to that. All right.
Tag team.
Let's see. The weed, I'll lose it if you fuck with me like that, dude. I'll drift off, dude. Don't. Okay, so the how would I put this? The thing is, like, the fact that is part of the equation is why it's fucked. Okay?
Yeah.
That mentality is why it's fucked, because here's the thing, like, when they're making a game, like, they're thinking that way, okay? Like, in that mindset, like, how do we make a game that appeals to like the most people? Or that wasn't okay. What you have to first realize is that was never a factor or even a thought in their head back then, okay? What it was back then, and why it was so good back then, and why it was so groundbreaking, and what people want now out of a game back then, is because back then they were just passionate about what they were doing. Everybody was on board for this great game, this great concept that they were manifesting in this digital environment. And it was astounding to all of them because they weren't concerned with how successful it was going to be, or the projected numbers on the old T35 reports, you know, heading over to corporate. No. They were just, wow, yo, this is going to be a sick ass game. Yo, dev team, what's up? You know, like they were just in it to make something great because they loved it. Like, and you know, the thing is, the way I would reasonably try to guess at how it's declined is because those people that had those great ideas and were passionate about it at a certain time kept their jobs after that job. Okay, and not to say, okay, just think about this for a second, okay? Because after they create their job at the time, this goes into profession and what you
it's the whole supply and demand and money aspect behind it.
No, far from it, friend.
I'm saying on the subject because I have to.
You gotta let me finish.
Hey, I can make an injection too, right? This is a conversation.
I lost it then.
All right. So for people that are in the field, they're put in a tough spot because they do have to actually think about it and react in some way, shape, or form. Otherwise, they can't follow that job anymore because it's about survival at that point. They need to make sure that they make enough profit in order to have their business, their company, whatever going, so that they're able to continue creating. And that's
well, stop right there, because right there, that's a big gray area that you're kind of just jumping over. That's a huge gap that you're jumping over, that discrepancy. Okay, there's a difference. Listen, there's a difference between making enough money to make sure that your company gets by and making as much money as you can. Okay, the huge difference in concept,
I understand,
in goals, in investment, in
But
strategy.
there are great games out there that they didn't even break even, and then they couldn't make another sequel or something that everyone wanted because maybe the game didn't do so well, or it simply didn't appeal to enough people. Now,
well, I don't even understand how that's possible.
Okay. No, but see, what I'm trying to explain to you, because it does actually exist, is people put all their passion and all their heart into a game, but it's just simply not popular or doesn't appeal to a certain audience enough in order to make enough profit to be sustainable.
Then they failed. They failed, and that sucks. It doesn't mean that's the end of the world. If they're truly passionate about it, they'll find a way to make it work. That's the beauty about passion, is that you will find a way to let that light shine if you really believe it. If you really believe in yourself and you love it and you know that it's a good idea and that you're not some outlier, you have generally like the same, not even any of that, like that. You just understand people, you have to, like, is this something other people will like, or are you the only one that likes it, And that's not to say that is a bad thing if you're the only one that likes it, but you have to be realistic about what you like and what other people like. And if it's something just you like, then you probably shouldn't make a whole video game about it, maybe do something different with it, whatever the idea is. But if it is something that you think other people will like, then there's nothing that will stop you except yourself in that pursuit. Make another game, change up the way you make it and make it so until people like it.
So what you're kind of getting at is balance?
That's just a matter of making money. That's not really about making a good game or not. If it's a good game, then it's a good game in your eyes. Maybe not in somebody else's eyes, but that's just all perspective. Everybody has their own way of saying things.
That's what I'm saying. People, there's a certain line that has to be respected with this field. It's like they do have to make enough money to make progress and to create and to pay their team and development team or whatever. So like it's a tough spot.
Well, see right there, my opinion is that just money becomes such a problem with so many different things. Because it's not really about
it's not about the money, but it is.
In the money that they lose, like the value of life. Like when a great way to explain this is like this is a Zen Taoist practice or mantra or whatever. It's like when you go to pay for groceries. Okay, you have a full grocery cart of food, sustenance, things that keep you alive, that make you what you eat, what you enjoy, and you go to pay for it. You feel a sense of loss, as if you've lost something. You're trading this paper, or you're swiping this card and this currency, and that doesn't actually exist. They're just numbers that we.
Well, I don't think everyone feels that way. I certainly don't.
No. This isn't an opinion. I'm just stating facts about what's happened. That's all you can ever do if you want to be realistic, is state what's really happening, and then see, I try to stay away from opinion. Really, it's like I am of the opinion that it is everybody's responsibility and right to decide the way they want to live, always. And you are the master of your fate, and you're responsible for everything that happens to you. And when you accept that, you stop being a victim and you start taking like ownership for what's happening, the good and the bad. You'll find this strength that's been waiting for you to tap into it, and you'll be able to do things that were impossible for you before. Like I can, like you can appreciate just a goddamn walk. It sounds so stupid, but you can like really like.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what you're doing. Like life is good if you decide it is. Like if you can just let the rest of that shit go and just, oh my God, just fucking realize how awesome you are right now, right here, as you are doing what you're doing. Okay, and stop complaining. Stop being a goddamn bitch victim, because you're not. You're stronger than that. I know you are, and I love you for it. And I want to see that greatness in you manifest. And I want you to be the best you can be. And you can be that, and it's within your power, and it's your responsibility. Like, who's gonna do it for you, man? Who's gonna make? People are like waiting for something. I was waiting for something to happen, some event that's going to change everything. It's just going to like, everything's going to be different after this fucking point. I was waiting for that for years, man. God damn it. It's, oh God, it's so silly, dude. It's like, it's right now. The moment you've been waiting for is right now.